So this is our discussion on the production value. I gotta say, it was pretty good, actually. As far as the production value goes. For not Disney Pixar, it looked Disney Pixar.
Yeah, it was like the same quality as Red Shoes, which was a movie that came out of a Korean studio a year or two ago that had like a really high production value. It was almost looked like Brave quality or Frozen, and very similar animation style.
Yeah, no, it takes a more Western animation style in Japanese, I noticed. Mm-hmm. Which is not a bad thing, I think, for this film.
Although I will say, out of all the faces, Lupin's is the most kind of exaggerated and weird looking, and so there's some, if you paused it at the right times, there would have been some weird stills. Because he's got like this weird ratio of like eye to the rest of his face that no one else has in the whole movie.
I think that's fine though. That makes it more funny.
Yeah.
Had a fantastic soundtrack. I actually really liked the main theme. That dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
It was like pretty much this stereotypical like 1950s spy tunes.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
And I enjoy myself a good spy jazz. So.
Yeah.
You like jazz?
And, I mean, we watched it in English, because you can watch it in both. It's been officially dubbed over in English.
That wasn't that bad. I thought some of the dialogue was stilted, but nothing I'd actually hold against the film.
But I think a decent chunk of that probably comes from both translation and sound direction.
It's pretty well known that Japanese doesn't always translate the smoothest. So.
Yeah. And I mean, the biggest sticking point, like, watching the movie in English is just that the mouths so obviously don't line up with what's being said, but then you know you're going to get that because you're watching English over mouths that were animated to go with Japanese sounds.
Yeah, no, I didn't hold the film too hard on that one, to be honest. It was understandable.
And the opening
and the cast
theme
was actually pretty well. I thought the cast did a decent job.
Yeah, and the opening theme was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
50s jazz spy tune all the way.
Mm-hmm.
10 out of 10 would watch again.
Absolutely.
I didn't really see. I mean, the whole thing, obviously. I mean, it looked like a Disney Pixar movie, really.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, and there weren't really more than one or two fight scenes. Like the movie wasn't very heavy on things like fight scenes, but there was a lot of like escape and acrobatics.
Yeah, there's a lot of acrobatics, actually.
Yeah, a lot of which they kind of took from, like, multiple angles and then kind of, like, spliced it together in a way to make it look very, very dramatic.
Yeah, I appreciated that. It made it visually entertaining to watch.
Yeah, like, there were definitely some Spider-Man moments.
Absolutely.
Yes. That was...
It had a lot of style. I have to give it that.
Yeah, it did have a lot of style. It was very... Papa!
Bang, 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 bang.
Ironically, not a lot of bang bangs.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, I only remember 2 or 3 moments when a gun was fired.
There's a big whoosh, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, on the whole, solid animation, solid soundtrack.
Yeah, I wish I had more to say on that. It was solid.
It was solid. I mean, it's like trying to, like, criticize, like, a Disney Pixar movie. There's not too much to criticize when it's kind of its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a very specific style, and that style has kind of only been explored by Disney Pixar and a few other Asian movies.
Yeah, y'all, I've seen it. DreamWorks has been trying that a little bit too.
A few, but not very many. Yeah.
Maybe like the motions for like the
Sony. Sony's animated movies look a lot like this.
Which ones?
Oh gosh, off the top of my head, I don't remember. Like, you know, the Sony's like almost Pixar look. But it's like the difference with Pixar and Sony is Pixar puts a lot more focus on like you'll see clothing looks a little bit more. It's hard to describe, but like Pixar has a bit of a thing where the backgrounds and everything other than the character models themselves look very, very photorealistic.
Oh, okay.
And then when you get to like the ones that like other studios competing with the same kind of style, they don't look as photorealistic. Like. Nothing in that looked photorealistic, but it does hold. It is amongst the better movies to have that style, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, I needed an actual frame of reference because you can't just say Sony movie because none of the studios are called Sony. They have different names.
Sony Pictures.
Well, yeah, but they have a different name on the title screen. Like Columbia is owned by Sony, and they still play the Columbia logo at the beginning of a movie. So, in terms of speaking, though, you mean Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
Also, they did Into the Spider-Verse, but this was not like Into the Spider-Verse. No, this was not
like Into the Spider-Verse.
Although I would have liked a version of this like Into the Spider-Verse. That would have been cool. But yeah, basically Hotel Transylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a fairly recent movie too, 2017. So it was only.
It might have been more recent because I remember I was
The
invited
note
by a
said
friend.
2017.
I think that was in dedication to someone who was on the production team. So I thought about it. I was invited to go see it in theaters
That was
during
coming from
quarantine.
the creator.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the movie, at least in America, released during
Oh
quarantine.
yeah. It released in 2020 in
Yeah.
America, but I think
I don't
the
know
movie...
when it. But I can't imagine the Japanese was like 3 years prior, if it got a theatrical release here.
I got you. I'm looking it up. All right, it says it came out in 2019.
That
Japan.
sounds about.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So then there is a note at the end that says 2017, but it came out in 2019.
That might have been in dedication of someone.
Yeah.
I
most
think
likely.
that's the writer.
Yeah,
Did he
Yeah.
die?
might have.
No.
That's generally what you see those notes for.
I don't.
Because I
think
don't think
so.
he died, and if he...
I think it's more
on-
just to say like, oh, I'd like to continue more of the story of Lupin. I guess.
Possibly.
Oh.
What?
No, he died.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
In
It was an
2019.
in dedication.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Well.
That's sad.
From pneumonia. Okay. All right. Well, it was a dedication note. I really like this. I'd like to see more. I think we're going to end this segment for now. So we'll see you
Try
back
harder,
with
everyone.
the story. Bye.